Good decision to bowl first here. The openers won't find this easy in the early overs. Got to be a great chance for some cheap wickets.
These two teams always produce some great games as we see some of the key players come out onto the ground. It's a fantastic crowd in today. It's an evenly poised matchup. Let's see what happens first ball.
A bit of a change-up in the field now. Bishnoi coming in.
No. Terrible shot. Well, caught the outside edge, but it flies through the vacant area and there'll be some runs had here. Do they go full? Do they go short? A lot to ponder this delivery after the boundary. Huge edge. The bowler looks really confident. Time to follow up after such a great delivery. Pitch it on length is obviously the way to go. Perfect, right out of the middle and plugging that one to the boundary.
Pierced the gap wonderfully on the offside at cover. How will the bowler respond?
That's gone. Couldn't ask for an easier catch. Out. Nicely done by the keeper.
An innings that promised much and really, in the end, delivered very little. Pretty disappointing all round.
The bowler and the slips have really gone up here. They like it. Right-arm fast bowler is coming into the attack from the south end. Misses everything.
They may have overstepped. The captain shouldn't be disappointed by the effort, just need to adjust the run-up.
Overstepped on that occasion. Now have to deal with a free hit chance. Could that be out? Looks like it. Oh, great run out.
It trudged back to the pavilion. A disappointing display in the end for someone with such batting skills. This one goes down as a fail. You can't fault the bowling. Sometimes your opponent is just too good. Wonderful front foot shot, and there was no point chasing that.
Pant, I don't think, will be too happy with their bowler at the moment. Good shot. Beauty.
It just looks so easy. Gets onto the front foot and eases through the ball. They can just stand and admire that shot. Bowler needs to tighten up a bit.
Driven on the onside, but straight to mid-wicket. Everyone's gone up. Yeah, the keeper's really gone up, as do the surrounding fielders. They seem convinced. Could be a review coming up.
Was there a bat on it? Fielders think there was. This could be trouble.
Yeah, great decision by the umpire. Challenge wasn't successful. Flex that one, simple as you like inside the ring. A direct hit and this could be gone. Oh, huge appeal, but it could be sneaking down leg. The batter's made a bit of a meal of that delivery. What a shot. He hit that one hard. No need to run.
That was a boundary the moment the ball left the bat. Can't time that any better. Perfection.
Smashed all over the park. I wonder if the captain will stick with them.
Oh, crisp, elegant, and in this case, definitely powerful. Fantastic start to the chase.
Gets that away.
That was a textbook shot off the back foot. Plenty of confidence to gain from it. It just flies to the boundary.
Getting nice and settled at the crease now. Would have to be very happy with that last shot. Timed that perfectly.
Brilliant shot. You couldn't hope to hit it any better than that. It's raced away to the boundary.
Lovely cover drive straight to the extra cover fielder.
A fantastic shot. Gets forward, head over the ball and smashes that one away. A bit of a change up in the field now.
Into the gap and finds the boundary. Wonderful shot for four.
That just drifted down leg side. Picked up really early and just flicked that off the pads. It raced away. Nothing the fielders could do. Some adjustments to the field.
Doesn't beat the infield. Trouble! Not too sure what they're appealing for here. End of the over, and what a beauty it was. Say what you want about the bowling, but you still have to hit them. Majestic batting. Yada from the south end.
The captain's going to change things around in the field.
Really wound up for that. Ball seemed to come onto the bat quicker than he thought. Great shot.
That really wasn't a great delivery. Seen early, and it was dispatched with a plum.
Just need to keep it simple. Line and length. Roundabout off stump. That'll force a mistake. Couldn't get it through the field. Nearly gets the edge. Yada with a great delivery there. Got down and rolled the wrist beautifully. Winds up but misses. Looks like they went a bit too early on that shot. Jeez, timed that well.
Just sheer power off the back foot. Don't need to worry about running.
I'd like to see them just aim for the top of off now. As a bowler, you've got to make them play on your terms. Well timed, but there's a fielder out there.
They picked the slower ball right away. Wasn't a bad delivery, but dispatched to the boundary with ease.
Playing all their shots in that over, a very expensive over.
Yet another massive over for the power play. Seemingly unstoppable at the moment.
Deep, the right arm medium bowler is coming into the attack from the north end. Beats the outside edge. Good bowling there. Glanced away there. It's in the gap, and there should be a couple of runs here at least.
Starting to hit their stride. A fabulous piece of timing, and they're into the 20s. How will he reply?
Edged. Just got to follow up that last delivery. Found the edge, but no reward, but putting pressure on the batter. That's got a flight number attached to it. That ball has gone a long, long way.
Well, that was a slower ball, but didn't fool anyone. Got the timing just right. Beautiful shot.
Shot. There's someone out there, but they should get back for two. Shot, at least two on offer.
Well, that's textbook perfect. A lovely drive through the covers. No need for the fielders to chase that one.
Well, that was a struggle, getting smacked all over the park. Wow, that's missed a lot. They'll get at least one here. Gone. Great catch. Quick reactions. Gone. Catches win matches, and that was a beauty.
That was a very good knock in the end. I'm sure a few more runs would have been better, but this has been a good innings.
Oh, that's got to hurt. Misjudged that one. Bowler and fielders look really confident. Edged it. No one there. Could be four.
Well, didn't time that at all, but managed to get it away to the boundary.
The Super Giants has gone up for something here. Umpire looks a bit confused as to what they're appealing for. Shot. Finds the gap with that one.
You just can't hit it any better than that. Beautiful shot. No chance at all for the fielders.
End of the over. 8 off it. Rajasthan are 77 for 3.
They've set the ground on fire and entertained the crowd this power play. 2020 batting at its best. The captain making some adjustments to the field here.
Brilliant shot there.
Threaded it through brilliantly. All timing on that shot.
Good contest here at the moment. 4 off the last ball. It'll be interesting to see how the bowler can respond.
Some adjustments to the field.
Deep with a huge appeal. Bowler seems convinced it was a good shout. It was definitely close.
Now, I didn't pick up on anything there. Very close to the bat, though.
Yeah, not the best of reviews there. Great call by the umpire, though. Can't get that outside the ring field. Finds the edge, and the chance goes begging. Time to keep the pressure on now. Great ball, that last one, to find the edge. It's just a case of finding the same spot. Chance to run 2. Was quick onto that in the infield. The Super Giants managed to keep the batters pretty quiet in that over. We're certainly seeing some very good bowling.
It's been non-stop action tonight. Every plan for the batters has been dismantled with almost a level of disdain. Doesn't even wait to see if the ball's going to do anything. Onto the front foot, punches it away to the boundary. This field's looking for more balance between attack and defence. Might look to go big again here.
Oh, now then, that's high in the air. Batters should get a few here.
Jumped all over the slower ball, only gave them more time to see it and make sure of it. Can he come back with a dot ball?
The Super Giants with a massive shout. Let's just see if they can get that ball up into the slot as before. It's so crucial. You've got to follow up that last delivery and keep the batter under pressure. Well, the bowler pulls out of the delivery. Something mustn't have felt right.
Field moving around a bit here, trying to stop the batters getting singles.
gone, knocked them over. Just too much pace there.
Well, the end of an entertaining performance with the bat. Certainly a good wicket to get. Those runs were really starting to flow.
The captain is heading out to the field.
Playing all their shots in that over, a very expensive over. Deep from the north end. Ahmed, the left-arm orthodox bowler, is coming into the attack from the north end.
Some moves being made in the field, looking pretty balanced between defensive and attacking. That races away to the boundary. A beautiful shot off the front foot. Just textbook stuff.
Everyone's gone up. Bowling fielders look really confident. That's a strong appeal. What's the umpire's decision? Out. Caught. Oh, great work. Held their nerve while the ball was in the air, and they've taken a good catch.
This innings just cut short before it really flourished. It really looked like it would be moving to a big score, and it's not to be.
Marsh, the right armour, is coming into the attack from the south end. Shot. There's someone out there, but they should get back for two.
Yeah, too wide. It was there to be hit, and it was really given the treatment.
Don't always mind getting hit for runs. What's important is just focus on getting the next delivery right. Head over the ball. Great shot. That's racing away.
Well, the delivery was poor. Still needs to be put away, though. And what a lovely shot to find the boundary.
That's gone. Couldn't ask for an easier catch. Oh, wow. Brilliant reactions, and what a catch.
Well, this is a fantastic wicket. Kept the runs down, really didn't get settled, and looked to be in trouble for most of the knock.
No. Terrible shot. Marsh finishes an economical over and walks away with a wicket, which was fully deserved.
Kept the heat on throughout this innings so far. Really good batting. The next few overs could tell the tale of just how big this score will be.
They go up here, but it might have pitched a bit short. I think we'll have to wait and see what the umpire says. That's a confident appeal. They've gone up here. Misses everything. Now then, what's this? They've gone up. I didn't hear or see anything. Great shot.
Well, what a lovely shot. It flew to the boundary. That's clearly not the type of delivery to be bowling here.
End of the over. 5 off it. Rajasthan, 114 for 6. Lovely cover drive, straight to the extra cover fielder. Oh, that's a peach of a delivery. It's their best ball, top shelf.
Well, a fantastic wicket. Kept the runs down, really didn't get settled, and looked to be in trouble for most of the knock.
Coming in at number 9 for Rajasthan.
The bowler and the slips have really gone up here. They like it.
A little bit of wobble on that one, and it's safely taken by the keeper. Not enough on it to entice a shot.
The Super Giants has gone up for something here. Umpire looks a bit confused as to what they're appealing for. Oh, now then, that's high in the air. Batters should get a few here.
Too much width, and you're asking for trouble. That was so well timed, and it just flew over the boundary. Too much width and got the full treatment. You've just got to stand and admire.
7 runs added in that over. Rajasthan are 121 for 7. Ahmed from the north end. Pinged off the bat.
That was a boundary the moment the ball left the bat. Can't time that any better. Perfection. Well, you sometimes just have to stop and admire batting like that. Gets onto the front foot early, well timed, and 4 runs. A few moves made in the field.
Boundary last delivery. Is that the sign they're trying to push the run rate?
Pierced the gap wonderfully on the offside at cover.
Getting nicely settled at the crease now. Would have to be very happy with that last shot. Finds the fielder with that shot. There's a chance if it hits. The batter's made a bit of a meal of that delivery. Everyone's gone up. Collects that one, simple as you like, inside the ring. That's the end of a very good over. Great pressure being placed on the batters here.
They had a great foundation early on, and they've carried it forward to make a big total.
Oh, the faintest of sounds. No one to catch it, though.
Just missed the line. Not the worst delivery, but that was dispatched with interest. Everyone just watched that in awe.
Cracks off the bat. Nice shot.
Well, you can't fault that shot. Nicely played, and it was 4 runs all the way.
Pant, I don't think, will be too happy with their bowler at the moment. There'll be runs here.
Caressed that nicely through the gap to the boundary.
The last one helped the scoring rate, making their intentions for this innings. The bowler stopped short there. Maybe didn't like the feel of their approach. Finds the edge.
Well, that's what you pay your entrance money for. It's flown into the crowd. A brilliant shot off the front foot. No need to move. A bit more balance brought to the field now as the captain swings the changes. How will the bowler respond?
Hit that hard and fast.
Really good scoring. That's 10 from 2 deliveries, making the bowler pay. That was an impressively timed boundary.
2 full. Punch back down the ground. It could be 4.
4 runs. They were so still at the crease. Just a slight movement forward. Fabulous shot.
That's the end of the over. Just magical batting. Nothing the bowler can do other than watch the ball go all over the ground. Going with spin now. The bowler looks really confident. Nearly gets the edge. Bishnoi with a great delivery there. pitched it. The Super Giants with a massive shout. Doesn't beat the infield. Time to follow up after such a great delivery. Pitch it on a length is obviously the way to go. And out. Brilliant catch wide. Gone. Fine catch.
The 8th wicket to fall. The opening batters out there in the field will probably be starting to prepare themselves for their own innings.
End of the over. Just one off it. Rajasthan, 159 for 8. The whole team's gone up here. What's the umpire going to say? Ahmed coming back into the attack. Straight to the fielder. Glanced away nicely, but fine short, fine leg. That's a confident appeal. Nicely fielded out deep on the boundary. Ticking the scoreboard over really nicely at the moment. Massive appeal. Might have just been missing though. That's out. Deep mid-off. Needed to move a bit, but they got there with time to spare. It's a fine catch. And gone. That's a fantastic catch.
They've looked threatening but can't go on with the job. They'll be annoyed with themselves having gotten out after a start.
Good stop. Probably managed to prevent 4 runs. Needs to be on target. Over Rajasthan, 163 for 9. Bishnoi from the north end. Bishnoi with a huge appeal. Really wound up for that. Ball seemed to come onto the bat quicker than he thought. Gone. Played all around that one. What a delivery. Bowlers have leaked way too many easy runs in that innings. It's a big total to chase down. You're going to need some good batting partnerships.
The captain bringing the field in here, trying to prevent the strike rotating. Here we go. First ball.
And out. Superb bowling.
They're on fire out there at the moment. A key batter gone for a duck, completely beaten. What a sight to see the stump sent flying.
Bowler and fielders look really confident. What a shot. He hit that one hard. No need to run.
You can't fault the bowling. Sometimes your opponent is just too good. Wonderful front foot shot, and there was no point chasing that.
They've gone up here. That's a strong appeal. What's the umpire's decision? The bowler and the slips have really gone up here. They like it. Berger, the left-arm pace bowler, is coming into the attack from the south end. Bowled. Perfect Yorker. Brilliant bowling.
What a crucial breakthrough this is. Excellent bowling to get one of the key wickets cheaply.
Rajasthan with a massive shout. Batter doesn't seem sure. Looked to be pitching in line and hitting the top of the stumps.
Was there a bat on it? Fielders think there was. This could be trouble. Now, I didn't pick up on anything there. Very close to the bat, though. As they head back to the pavilion, they'll be wishing they went about this innings a little differently. Not too much to speak of on the scoreboard.
Yeah, not the best of reviews there. Great call by the umpire, though. On a hat-trick now. Don't worry, the nerves will be there for the bowler and the batter. Wow, that's missed a lot. Thick edge, no! That's racing away.
They may have overstepped. The captain should be disappointed by the effort. Just need to adjust the run-up.
Well played. Could be a quick single. Couldn't get it through the field. End of the over. 7 off it. The Super Giants are 11 for 3. Massive appeal. Might have just been missing though. Now then, what's this? They've gone up. I didn't hear or see anything. Great shot, flicked away in the air, and that's 4 more runs to the scoreboard.
Straight through the line of the ball, right out of the middle of the bat.
Jadeja ends what has been a tidy over. Just needed to top it off with a wicket.
Can he come back with a dot ball?
The bowler looks really confident. Misses. That's a big chance going begging. Pant muscles that away flat and hard and 4 more.
Threaded it through brilliantly. All timing on that shot. How will he reply?
Well timed, but there's a fielder out there. They'll get at least 1 hit. Beats the outside edge. Good bowling there. Rajasthan has gone up for something here. Umpire looks a bit confused as to what they're appealing for. Winds up but misses. Looks like they went a bit too early on that shot. 9 runs added there. The Super Giants are 26 for 3. Jadeja from the north end. They've gone up here. Was quick onto that in the infield. Edge, amazing delivery. Everyone's gone up. No, terrible shot. Got to follow up that last delivery. Found the edge, but no reward, but putting pressure on the batter. Misses everything. Time to keep the pressure on now. Great ball, that last one, to find the edge. It's just a case of finding the same spot. The bowl and the slips have really gone up here. They like it. Let's just see if they can get that ball up into the slot as before. It's so crucial. You've got to follow up that last delivery and keep the batter under pressure.
I think that's called for the front foot. Not by much, but it doesn't matter.
Berger will be disappointed with that previous delivery. Not up to their normal standards. Right out of the middle of the bat.
You can't fault the bowling. Sometimes your opponent is just too good. That is a beautiful front foot shot. No point in chasing that one.
Right out of the middle. Well, that was a struggle, getting smacked all over the park.
Too wide. It's there to be hit. He's really given the treatment.
A direct hit and this could be gone.
Well, there wasn't a lot of time to choose the right end, but unfortunately they went for the wrong one.
Can't get that outside the ring field. Edge, but it drops safely. End of the over. 6 runs coming from it. The Super Giants are 48 for 3. The right armour is coming on to bowl from the south end. Goes for it. It's high in the air. Fielder coming around, but it looks like we'll carry.
You just can't hit it any better than that. Beautiful shot. No chance at all for the fielders.
I'd like to see them just aim for the top of off now. As a bowler, you've got to make them play on your terms. Nice, solid defensive shot. Good shot, a beauty. Para with a huge appeal.
And that brings up the 50 partnership for these two.
End of the over. 7 runs coming from it. The Super Giants are 55 for 3. Berger, the left-arm medium-fast bowler, is coming into the attack from the north end.
Oh, there you go. A no ball. Maybe just trying a little too hard. Just need to get more control back.
We're going to go in for the kill with this delivery. It's up to the new batter to make sure the fielding side doesn't pick up any more momentum. The batter's made a bit of a meal of that delivery. They'll get at least one here.
A few moves made in the field.
Got down and rolled the wrist beautifully.
And that was a very solid shot. Read the length early to get onto the front foot, and that raced away for 4.
On drive, nice and compact footwork. Mid-on, heads off after the ball. 2 runs on offer if they run well. Flex that one, simple as you like inside the ring. Flicked away past square leg, might be 2 on offer. Trouble! Smashed all over the park. I wonder if the captain will stick with them. Para from the south end. Now then, what's this? They've gone up. I didn't hear or see anything. Four runs added in the over. The Super Giants are 71 for 3. Archer, the pace bowler, coming into the attack. That'll be a dead ball. Archer comes up short again. Not sure if they felt a niggle in their knee or that's twice in a row now. Well, that's the third dead ball in a row, and the batter looks to be getting a tad annoyed at this. Nearly gets the edge. Archer with a great delivery there.
Overstepping, just a little too eager on that delivery.
We want to make use of that extra delivery. Yeah, well played. Could be a quick single. Doesn't beat the infield. Worked away. That's a nice single. Bowling fielders look really confident. Archer pulls out. Dead ball. Well timed, but there's a fielder out there. Got on the inside and played that wonderfully. Fielder needs to work hard to stop that. There's a chance if it hits. Finds the fielder with that shot. Nice shot. Runs possible. End of the over. The Super Giants are 78 for 3. Gone aerial with that one. It'll land safe. Might not be 4. End of the over. 5 runs coming from it. The Super Giants are 83 for 3. That's a boundary save for sure. Nicely played. Runs 1. That's a confident appeal. Para from the south end. Nice shot, just a flick off the pads. Needs to be on target. Rajasthan with a massive shout. Two straight and punch through the leg side.
4 runs. They were so still at the crease. Just a slight movement forward. Fabulous shot.
Not too sure what they're appealing for here.
It's another wicket. It's the 4th now. Sometimes you've just got to accept that you couldn't do anything about a delivery.
And with that wicket, the new batter will mark centre. Just needs to rotate the strike early on as they get settled into their innings. Rajasthan has gone up for something here. Umpire looks a bit confused as to what they're appealing for. Beats the outside edge. Good bowling there. Lovely cover drive, but straight to the extra cover fielder. Good pick up, big chance. Got down and rolled the wrist beautifully. Wow, that's missed the lot.
Oh, there you go. A no ball. Maybe just trying a little too hard. Just need to get more control back.
Winds up but misses. Looks like they went a bit too early on that shot. Whacks the free hit away. The fielder coming around to cut it off perhaps. End of the over, a big one. 11 runs coming from it. The Super Giants are 109 for 4. Curran coming on, obviously hoping the pace will cause some trouble. Oh, that's been heaved away and punished over the rope. That's a brute of a maximum.
All the way, got it right out of the middle. How will the bowler respond?
Oh, great running. That's out.
Starting to get interesting now. That's the 5th wicket, and a very frustrated person is heading back to the pavilion.
Curran with a huge appeal. Straight drive, mid-off, will cut that one off. Couldn't get it through the field. 11 runs added there. The Super Giants are 120 for 5. Archer from the north end. Really wound up for that. Ball seemed to come onto the bat quicker than he thought. They'll get at least one here. He was quick onto that in the infield. Bang! Bowled. Just stunning bowling.
Really getting to the tail enders now. 6th wicket gone. There's not a lot left in this lineup.
And with that wicket, we'll see a change out in the middle. The task here will be that of support and getting themselves settled into their innings. Over the infield with a cracking shot.
Well, you can't fault that shot. Nicely played, and it was 4 runs all the way. Can he come back with a dot ball?
Finds the edge. Everyone's gone up. Needs a direct hit. That looks gone.
At long last, they have the wicket. Could so easily have been a game-changing innings. All the same, it's been fabulous to watch.
Could that be out? Looks like it.
Another one. 8 wickets gone. You feel it's just a matter of time now. A few decent deliveries could see the end.
Bowler straight through. Good swing coming back in.
Another one goes off to the pavilion. That's 9 down now. Some good bowling, finding this tail out. And it certainly feels like this is close to the end.
Misses everything. Now then, what's this? They've gone up. I didn't hear or see anything. No. Terrible shot. Not too sure what they're appealing for here. Oh, yes, holds on to that under huge pressure. They've done it.
Rajasthan get the final wicket. A brilliant bowling display to take the 10 wickets and the match.
That's all from us.